McGovern for any remarks he wishes to make.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. 8 more innocent lives were lost Saturday during a mass shooting, this time at a mall in Allen, Texas. And while my heart goes out to the Allen community and the victims' families, I'm sickened that all we seem capable of doing is offering our thoughts and prayers and nothing else. When will things get bad enough that we will do something to keep our children from being shot at school, at grocery stores, at parades, at movie theaters, at malls? It's beyond time that we take action to protect Americans from gun violence. And I say that because I plead with the majority to allow us to bring measures to the floor so we can debate and we can vote on ways to protect our kids and innocent people. Anyway, that said, today we are here to consider 2 measures. First is H.R. 2, what might as well be called the Child Deportation Act. Frankly, this is the worst immigration and border security bill introduced in my lifetime. Republicans would rather resort to more fear-mongering, more conspiracy theories, more political stunts than offer real solutions to fix our broken immigration system. We will get into greater detail about all of H.R. 2's troubling provisions later, but let me highlight a few for now. First, this bill demonizes asylum seekers looking to enter the country legally. These folks are fleeing their homes, everything they know, because of a well-founded fear of persecution. They are traveling thousands of miles, often on foot. They are looking to legally declare asylum. Under U.S. law, they have a legal right to do that. This bill destroys the basic tenets of our nation's asylum system, preventing Customs and Border Protection from fairly and efficiently processing asylum seekers and causing more chaos at the border. Partnerships between the federal government and nonprofits are essential to meet the basic human needs of migrants. This bill discourages the critical work of these humanitarian organizations that help provide food, clothes, and shelter to families seeking asylum. Maybe my spiritual friends across the aisle need to be reminded, and I quote, "I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me." Matthew chapter 25, verse 35. Keeping assistance from innocent people seeking refuge is immoral and absolutely cruel. H.R. 2 also strips protections for unaccompanied minors who arrive at the border. Now, we're talking about allowing kids to be detained for a month or more, limiting their access to counsel, and sending them right back into the hands of smugglers that will exploit them. This is unconscionable. Second, this bill does nothing, and I mean nothing, to prevent more drugs from entering the country. 90% of all drug seizures occur at our ports of entry. Cartels aren't smuggling drugs in on mothers and children arriving at our border on foot seeking asylum. They are smuggling drugs in at our airports and in cars and in trucks at legal points of entry. You would think that if Republicans were interested in really tackling the drug crisis, they would enhance CBP's ability to seize drugs at these ports of entry, right? Wrong. Their debt limit bill would cut CBP's budget by $4 billion, weakening their ability to prevent drugs from crossing the border by laying off 2,400 officers. If the GOP's debt limit plan is enacted, estimates suggest that more than 350,000 grams of fentanyl could be let into the country. That's over 200 million more fatal doses of fentanyl hitting our streets thanks to Republicans' funding cuts. But they want to go after moms and kids declaring asylum. Do you know what H.R. 2 does fund? It funds Trump's border wall. As I say time and time again, show me a 30-foot wall and I'll show you a 35-foot ladder. Third, this bill will wreak absolute havoc on our economy. H.R. 2 imposes nationwide E-Verify on all U.S. businesses, doing untold damage to the economy and resulting in billions of dollars in lost revenue. This bill could wipe out half of our nation's agricultural workforce. I have farms in my district, as I'm sure many of you here do too. Let me be clear. American farms will go under if this bill becomes law. And the price of food in our grocery stores and on our shelves will skyrocket even more. We all know that our immigration system needs reform, but this bill is not it. H.R. 2 is inhumane. It is un-American. It does nothing to prevent the very real issue of drug smuggling and will do irreparable damage to our economy. We also have H.R. 1163, House Republicans' unemployment insurance, so-called anti-fraud bill. Like H.R. 2, this bill would do more harm than good. It advocates for surprise billing for workers who did nothing wrong while slashing funding from programs that hold actual scammers accountable. So I'm sure today's meeting will be another lengthy one. I'm reading on social media that the Republicans are scrambling for votes on their immigration bill, so God knows when we'll report it out of this of the Rules Committee. But in any event, Mr. Chairman, I will, at this point, yield back my time.